Etsy News, your weekly rundown of what's been going on in the world of Etsy. And in this week, have I solved the mystery of where the fake Etsy orders are coming from? This Etsy shop is blowing up. What's happening with Etsy investments and more? Let's dive into it. So, firstly, we've spoke about this shop before, but this was the second top selling shop yesterday, and I went and had a nosy, and they are blowing up, most definitely. This shop is just over a year old, Magic Mango Studios, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention. We look at some of these top shops, and I think we looked at them before, but I made a mistake and said this was a print-on-demand shop, and this isn't. This is second in 2 weeks. Our top selling shop is actually selling the designs for people to use on their print on demand type things. Now, what I think about people buying designs, slapping them on a t-shirt and saying they're making handmade stuff, I think it's clear what I think of that already, but if it works within Etsy rules, I think it's pushing Etsy rules a touch. But anyway, we won't go into that too much. But Magic Mango Studios is creating designs. They are absolutely blowing up. I mean, 5,000 sales in the past 7 days is amazing. If you look at that bar chart for the sales history, for the number of sales they had last month, that's like doubled their best before. So definitely they are doing well. I will say there is some copyright infringing stuff on there. So if you are Magic Mango Studios, if you haven't got permission to use that stuff, I'd be very, very careful, because all eyes are going to be on your shop now because you're doing so well. But I'm actually pleased that it's not a print-on-demand shop, that it's not print-on-demand shops that are doing well. I hope they're creating all their own designs. But anyway, it's a good thing. It's not print on demand, it's selling to the people that sell print on demand. So it just shows there is a market for that kind of thing, most definitely. Right, do we have good news for Etsy? Reuters and a lot of other places were reporting a couple of days ago now. Elliot Cohn says Etsy offers significant multi-year upside for investors. Basically just saying Etsy's got a lot of room to grow. It's a really awesome place to be investing. Does that sound good? Well, the thing is, if you don't realize, Elliot's the company are now an 11% in stakeholder in Etsy. They invested just a few months ago. We spoke about this, and I wonder if this news article is to try and help Etsy shares. Now they've bought in when they were pretty low, they want them to go high again, because buy low, sell high, basically. And I pulled up this year's share prices from Etsy, and I don't like to go, oh, now look at the terrible things. Like, Etsy shares are a bit all over the place, and they have been on a downward decline. That's because Etsy hasn't been able to keep the momentum from the pandemic, because it was a once in a generation type thing. So Etsy shares are at the lowest they've been this year. I don't think it's a massive deal, but I think they were trying to sort of say, hey, it's a kind of good thing, hoping that they would rally and do kind of good. I think the market, by the looks of it, the market is holding out till the Q1 investor call, which will be at the end of the month sometime. We're just about a month away from Etsy's Q1 investment call to see how we did. To be perfectly honest, it's not going to be great, but we know that. I just hope that the investor world, doesn't pressure Etsy too much to do too much more quick money making things, and prefer a more long-term strategy, because I think Etsy as a handmade marketplace could be awesome. I think Etsy as trying to make a quick buck just now, basically gonna be competing with Temu and stuff. That's not where you want to be. Have a unique selling point. Stand up for all as handmade artists. Just a funny one that I noticed when I was looking in the offers on Etsy. I was doing some research for something, and I was looking at how to turn off offers, because there's been talk about how people who've opted into using offers at a certain time are unable to switch them off when they should be able to. It's a bit of a weird one. It looks like you're caught in a time trap when Etsy was changing the offers. But I went in to look at mine to see if I could switch them off. Everything looks fine for mine, apart from I noticed it says you're offering a US free delivery guarantee. And that kind of freaked me somewhat because I'm not. So I went into the place where you can set up the free shipping over $35. These screenshots were taken within 2 minutes of each other. I didn't do anything fancy. But yeah, it's saying there that I'm offering it, but when I go into it, it's saying I'm not offering it. You can get started. So yeah, you funny, Etsy. Um this banner that's been bugging people for a while, Etsy's clarifying it a little bit more. So what people are saying, now I know some people have told me that they are getting dinged. It seems potentially a different banner is showing up saying you've got to reply to this person, and that's never cancelling. That is a different thing and it's a glitch. But people were freaking out because we had this blue banner saying potential buyers reaching out for the first time, and it wasn't going away when they were answering. But Etsy's clarified on the banner what this is. So it's saying potential buyers reaching out to you for the first time, reply to their initial message within 24 hours to show them top-notch service and to get your star seller. This banner will stay up for a few days to remind you that this message is from another user, not Etsy. So they're not saying you have or you haven't replied to it. The point is the banner is saying this is not Etsy. So kind of good. I know people were getting confused. This is the problem, especially with an international site and a site. I'm going to say Etsy buyers are really twitchy. Just Etsy sellers are really twitchy just now, in that they're expecting the worst of everything. And I know Etsy have been doing a lot of not good steps, but Etsy is such a large company that there's some people, some things that aren't doing great, but there's a lot of good people in the company. I'm not being all Pollyanna here. This really is the case. And sometimes they are trying to do things that help, and we're all going, oh no, Etsy's breaking stuff once again. So we've got to look at working with Etsy as training a dog. We have to go, here was a good thing that you did, rather than freaking out that everything's bad. Here's a good thing that you did. Here, have a cookie. You did a good thing. Bad thing, right? Gonna message Etsy, tell them you don't like it. Get together on videos like myself and Starla are doing to talk about the bad things, but also if we're staying with Etsy, which I currently am staying with Etsy, we have to reward them for the good things and hope that they keep making good things as well. So the blue banner wasn't a bad thing. There's a new article from Etsy came out on the 29th of March. A few people missed this, but they're answering because it's a big deal. The estimated delivery dates, this has been around for a while and it's been stressing people out. So Etsy have clarified it to a certain extent. I'll go over this more and more details if you want. Let me know in the comments. But 8 common questions about estimated delivery dates on Etsy. And it goes into a lot of things. There's one thing that I think a lot of people have missed that but I pulled this out of the article. In some instances, in addition to information you already provide, like processing times and delivery services, we'll use your delivery history along with carrier information, like latest transit times, to calculate estimated delivery dates. The stated processing times and ship by dates in your items won't change, but we'll take them into account when making new calculations. So your delivery history, I'm not sure if that's saying like how quickly you're shipping as well, but it sounds like they are changing delivery dates based on how quickly your items have got to the customer as well. So if you keep doing better than you're saying, which is a good thing, but then Etsy will tell the customer, we estimate you'll get this on this date, which was just, all the stars aligned and stuff got out quicker and the postal service was working well for a while. But the problem, estimated delivery dates, yeah, it's kind of cool, but if it's too good, then it makes customers angry. And add to that, we have Etsy guaranteeing delivered on time or your money back. So they're guaranteeing that our items will arrive in a certain time, and then that the buyer, if they don't get them on that very day, then they're going to start getting angry at us because they've had a guarantee, which we didn't create that guarantee. So it's a kind of bad thing if Etsy keeps on making this too good. I mean, yes, the purchase protection program, if you're eligible, Etsy will cover this. But the problem is the customer isn't choosing and going, oh, I'll only pick from eligible shops. From the customer's point of view, everybody's eligible. So if your shop isn't eligible for the purchase protection program, which for a lot of people it isn't, this is a big deal for a lot of international sellers. So if your shop isn't eligible, Etsy ignores what you're saying about how long it's going to take and estimates for themselves. And then the customer goes, hey, the item's late, goes through the steps, opens a case. Etsy will refund out of your money when it was Etsy's issue. So I would definitely, if you're seeing this, message Etsy, shout about it. Let me know. I'll pull together people who are being hurt by this, and we'll get our voices together, because it's not fair that changes that Etsy make impact your income in such a way as that. It's not even income. Take money out of your pocket after you've already made a sale, sent it to the customer. The customer's probably going to get it tomorrow, but yeah, and the customer doesn't know they're taking money out of your pocket. They think it's coming from Etsy. Uh, this is one, I don't know if I've missed this, but in one of the emails came up and it said exclusive deals, early access to sales, Etsy order tracking, the app has it all. So this was advertising in my email saying if I use the app, I have the app. But if I use the app, I get early access to sales. I missed this because it was saying talking about this last year, shoppers with the Etsy mobile app will have exclusive early access to sales starting on this date. I don't know how that works for sellers. How do we set up a sale? We join in a sale, but we don't. It's not going to everybody. It's only going to some of the app people. Someone let me know what's going on with that. I will dig into it some more. It's definitely interesting. And yeah, what's that? And I hadn't heard of it before, and I haven't heard anyone talking about it, or I don't remember, because there's a lot going on and not everything stays in my head. And this is the big one. A lot of people in the past few weeks and months have been talking about, I got a notification of an order, but there's nothing in my email and there's nothing in my Etsy shop. What on earth is going on? And I kind of figured this out. It's the Etsy seller app's fault. I've noticed this a few times and I didn't think of it, but the other day I put two and two together. Now this was actually a sale, but on your phone, if you've got the notification set up from the Etsy seller app, when you open your phone, you'll just see a whole load of notifications, and one of them's from the Etsy seller app. And it'll say cha-ching, and you think, I got a sale. But if you look at this, it's saying I've got 23 notifications. And in this case, yes, that is a cha-ching. But I've noticed in the past, it shows you sort of two notifications. And so if somebody leaves me feedback, it'll pop up, it'll give me a notification. It'll show this and go, so and so's left you feedback. But if the last thing was also a sale, it'll go cha-ching. But that sale could have been 3 days ago. I've already dealt with it and shipped with it. But I open my phone and go, cha-ching. Interesting. And then go into my shop or go into my emails and there's no notifications. So it's more like a ghost a ghost notification. It's not actually a sale, but it would be, because that looks like 18 minutes ago I got a sale and someone left me feedback. No, 18 minutes ago, I got a sale. That was very nice. 2 days ago, someone left me feedback, but it's not clear from that notification. So potentially that is what has been happening. Let me know if you're seeing anything different, but that's potentially what's been happening. But that's it for this week. Unless I've missed anything, let me know. Let me know what's happening with you this week, or if you've spotted any news that needs talked about. And thank you so much for joining me.